Week 11, San Jose State. Last home game at Sam Boyd Stadium, so that's a big deal. And obviously senior night, got a great group of guys that have worked really hard to get this program going. So we want to send them out on a good note. Obviously, coming off a frustrating loss to Hawaii, played well on defense, really well. About as much of a complete game as I've seen since I've been here. I think we held them the least amount of points they've scored all year, and you're really starting to see a trend. I mean, there's been moments and times we've struggled, but when you look at the body of work over the last bunch of weeks, the defense has really started to play good football. I mean, Boise State game, I thought they played really well in that game. Fresno, I think the turnovers really led to the ultimate score, but did some good things in that game. And even the Colorado State game kind of gave us a chance to kind of hang around in that, and you're starting to see them get better and better and better. So, they're doing a good job on that side. We got to pick it up on offense, though. We're not scoring enough points. We're not productive enough. We're not successful enough on third downs. You've seen a regression, from the past years, and we got to get going again. So, San Jose is a team that, they got a lot of energy. Their coach is a great guy. Me and him are good friends, and he does a good job of getting them going. They've got some big wins this year. They're sitting at 4-6, 1-5 in the Mountain West. They score 30 points a game, but they give up 32 points a game. They're pretty successful offensively on third downs, 42% I believe, but they give up 50% of the third downs. And those are areas we've really talked about. They're I believe plus 13 in the turnover ratio. In the last bunch of weeks we've talked about we've got to do a good job of creating turnovers and not turning the ball over. And we got to be more successful on third downs. We take care of those two things, got a great chance to win. So again, this is going to be another winnable game like last Saturday was. We're going to have to do a great job this week of our preparation and getting ready for these guys and just be fundamentally sound and go out there and play with a bunch of energy. So the one thing I got to say about our guys is, just like last night when they came back in the building, you're a little down, the air's out of you a little bit. It's tough, after a loss like that, an opportunity you felt like you could have won. But by the time we got into the films and went out onto the field, the guys were ready to go and they're locked in. That's just kind of who they are. So I know they'll be ready this week and ready to, again, send the seniors out and send the stadium out, as far as UNLV football goes on a good note.
You mentioned getting the offense going. Is it schematic changes, personnel, combination,
we are who we are right now. It's execution. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. It comes down to decision making, comes down to execution. I've always said great teamwork's 11 guys doing their individual job and doing it well. So we got to do our individual jobs and we got to do it better than we have in the past. So again, 7 points ain't going to cut it. You're going to have to score more points than that. And, too often this year we've struggled, on short sides of the field. I mean, even go to last Saturday. I mean, there's multiple times where you're inside the 40-yard line, not necessarily the red zone, but you got to get points out of that stuff. And we're not doing that. So we have to be more successful on first down. That creates better second and third down opportunities. Too many third and longs, and we're not converting them.
When you watch the video, do you see mistakes they're pretty correctable?
They are correctable. I mean, again, it's just one of those deals. It's repetition. It's owning it. It's guys, doing a really good job of evolving and getting better. I think the more you create stability at the quarterback spot, the more reps you get, the better you're going to get at it. I think we can do a better job of calling it and giving them better opportunities. I mean, I think there's something to that too. And I think one of the things we have to do more is take more shots. I don't think we're aggressive enough. I mean, I think honestly we've been pretty conservative, and I don't know if it's boded well for us.
Their quarterback, Love, has thrown for over 300 yards in the last 2 years against you. How do you plan to stop him this year?
Well, again, it's hard to do it week in and week out. But when I look at a team like Hawaii, who's throwing the ball all over the yard and done a really good job, and I look at the way our defense defended it, this last weekend, if we can, obviously a little different schematically, but if we can give a similar performance and play well, calculated at times, get some pressure on the quarterback, but play well in coverage, I think we got an opportunity to slow them down. We're going to need to slow them down.
The defensive strategy against Hawaii, does that apply all here? Is it we deploy passing lanes? Do you have to do more than that?
I mean, I think it kind of depends. I mean, as we go through the week, right now what we're upstairs watching is, I mean, obviously we're working schematics, but we're also looking at, personnel. You got to look at the personnel matchups. You got to see, what makes sense as far as how you attack them, when you attack them. Do you want to do it too often? When do you want to play coverage? So, I mean, Coach Skip and the defensive staff, they'll do a really good job of dialoguing and talking through that. And, by the time we hit the field, tomorrow morning to start implementing the game plan, we'll have a good idea about it. But it'll take a couple days to completely figure out.
Anything, Kmart?
Yeah, for Charles and Gabe, thanks for the assist. Just talk about, obviously, Coach mentioned, obviously the last game in Sam Boyd, last game for the seniors. Just what's it mean to you to send this, like he said, send it out on the right note?
Go ahead, Gabe. Yeah, for me, basically being a senior, I feel like it's a big deal, especially since this university has given so much to me. It's given degree, giving me opportunity to come out here in Vegas. Coach Sanchez as well, giving me opportunity to come here. I feel like it's my time to give that time back, and I feel like it's the game to do it, and I feel like we got to send them out the right way.
To be honest, it's the last game, and I'm expecting like a lot of people to come because this is the last time the Rebels are going to be playing football there. So we got to go out there and as an offense, execute. Defenses got to keep doing what they're doing. They're doing well. We just got to go out there and help them out, and we're gonna put up a good show. And it's a farewell, but we're gonna put out a good show where everybody's gonna enjoy and have a great memory about the moment with the Rebels, in the Sam Boy Stadium for the last time. So yeah.
And Charles, we heard Coach talk about just execution on offense. How much have you taken upon yourself, to really, kind of lead the guys out there, especially in those third down situations?
To be honest, just trying to get not even trying to get like to third down. Like if you get the first down and just keep moving and keep moving from there. Like if you try to avoid getting the third down, it makes the play calling a little bit easier. And then also like when we get to those situations, we got to be calm and collective like we've been there before. We can't be panicking or thinking like, oh, this is like for the game. Like just relax and just trust everything that's gonna happen. And everybody has to do their job at the end of the day because sometimes one person makes one mistake and then it messes up the whole entire play. So we got to just make sure everybody's on their keys and just make sure that everything goes right so that the play works. And then we just got to execute at the end of the day. So that's about it.
Does it become more of a mental game then when you get in those third down situations? And if so, how do you kind of combat that?
It's not really mental. It's more of like a will. Like you got to go out there and get the first down and everything. So yes, mentally you're thinking that, but do you have like the heart and like just the dedication and like to actually want to go get it because like you can be open but you still got to make that catch, you still got to make that run. Like your heart and your will should be able to get you through that moment. And like I feel like third downs, like we shouldn't be panicking at all because we do it in practice and we've done it in games before. We even though it's a low percentage, we like done it in the game. So like why can't we do it consistently? So I feel like we can do it. We just got to be more consistent and just execute and just just take a deep breath and know we can get this. It's a team effort. That's about it. No individuals have to make a big exciting play. Like we just got to do something as a team. That's about it.
What do you think when you drive by Allegiant Stadium?
It's a little. I see myself and I see Gabe up there. I'm just like, wow, like this is like the last year like we're gonna be playing in this stadium, and it's like it's so many memories. Like I remember my freshman year, like I was like so nervous, like coming into that stadium. I was just thinking like, wow, I'm like really playing college football. So like when I'm seeing myself up there, I'm like, it's been so long since like it's been a long time since I've been here, and it's like really sad that like we're not gonna be playing there anymore, and it just hurts, that like we really wanted to be like like Mountain West Championship and everything, and be in the Las Vegas Bowl, and like give y'all that dream. And it kind of hurts, that we won't be able to do that. But we get one more chance to go out there and show y'all something, and give our hearts out to the team, fans, and all the support we got from everybody. So that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to finish off this year and be strong and go out there with a bang.
You're not thinking too much ahead about playing in a new place, huh?
Nah, not too much. You can't. You got to worry about what's at course right now. Stay on task. That's about it.
Tony, they're inviting all former players back to the field for
Yeah.
this game. What do you think about that gesture?
I think it's great, and there's actually going to be an event here the night before the game where all the old players are going to come back here into this building. They're going to have a reception together, and so I think it's nice. I mean, for the first time, and I don't know how long. I guess maybe football history. We've got our own home right here, in the Fertitta Football Complex, and having all those old players to walk into the future to see a place where they can go ahead and celebrate their history and their traditions, and in the future of this program, and then having them come back out the next day with their families and their kids and to celebrate, again, the history, the tradition of Rebel football. There's been some great moments in that stadium. Not enough of them, but there's been some really great ones, and we've had some great players that have come through this program. So bringing them all back together is a neat thing, and I'm excited about, having them come through this facility, having them come out to the game and bringing that energy. And I know our guys. I mean, like Chuck said, you can hear it in his voice. I mean, these guys care so much, and they really want to go ahead and have a great game to send that stadium out on the right note, and to bring all those Rebel fans back and all those ex-players, and again, just show them how much we appreciate them, by how hard we work.
What do you think of playing here? What if the stadium? What memories do you have from playing there?
A lot. Spent 5 years at that stadium, so I have a lot. I remember my first game playing UCLA. It's Coach Chance's first game as well. I remember playing them and just seeing all that red. And it was amazing to me. I never had that type of atmosphere. It was probably over 20,000 people there, so it was amazing to me. And then going back to last year, my favorite memory, winning versus Reno and just seeing all the fans come down, running down. It was special. It was a really special moment for me, and that's something I'm going to miss, definitely being a senior here at UNLV. But I'm thankful for everything I got at this university. I'm thankful for all the opportunities I've received, and I wouldn't change any of it. It's taught me a lot as a man, and it's built me up for my career in the future as well. So I wouldn't change any of it.
And Tony, I know you've on the recruiting trail that for Tito's football complex obviously been the facilities the main driving point, but where does the stadium fit into that?
What does, and I think they go hand in hand. I mean, obviously, you're going to spend the overwhelming majority of your time in your football building. I mean, when you talk about, the 365 of the year, you're going to spend, 98% of it in this facility. But showing them Allegiant Stadium and letting them know that you put these two pieces together, and it's a pretty exciting experience. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I said that in the very beginning of the fundraising. It would have been a huge disconnect, walking out of the lead and going to Allegiant Stadium. That just would have felt so foreign. But now having this first-class facility to train our guys, prepare our guys to recruit to, and you already see it where we are. Again, you got to finish strong, but we're doing pretty good on the recruiting trail right now. I mean, we're way ahead of a lot of teams, and we got a lot of guys. We got our, recruits coming in this weekend, and it's exciting. So we got to do a really good job there finishing that thing off to continue to grow the program. But this is a huge piece. I mean, it's the whole reason we did it. Obviously it's player development, it's player development, it's player camaraderie. And also you can recruit to it. Again, I've said it a million times. You bring someone in, and we've been in that fist fight at the very end so many times, and it's come down to just the little things, right? Well, now we've got a big thing to kind of combat that. So again, we got to get going on the field. We got to do a better job of preparing our guys and coaching and executing at a higher level. There's no doubt about that. But I think any coach would agree with you. The most important thing is recruiting at a high level. If you do that and you're a quality coach and you can develop your players, then you know what, you're going to have success. But it takes time, and I think we've seen that. And obviously we're going through a frustrating rut right now, but it's something that, again, we've still got 2 games left, and I think you saw it last week. There's no quitting our guys. There hasn't been. They play hard every single week. They never hang their heads, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to finish this season strong, and we'll get a couple wins heading down the stretch. It ain't going to be easy, but they're doable. And again, we want to send our seniors off the right way. We want to make sure that these young guys here that are working towards the future Rebel football have a good taste in their mouth going into the offseason.
How much motivation does it add to play in the final game at Sam Boyd?
It's big. I mean, it's something that's been talked about, the whole year, and it'll be an exciting moment. The funny thing about that is, when you're preparing a football team, or if you're a player and you're preparing for a game, you can't spend too much time thinking about that. You can't spend too much time worrying about that. But when you walk out there and the atmosphere is there, and you see some of the pageantry and a lot of ex-players, I'm sure there'll be a decent-sized crowd out there. It'll get exciting. But I don't care if you're playing in a back alley lot, if you're playing on some dirt field, if you're playing in Allegiant Stadium or Sam Boyd Stadium. When you have a chance to play college football, it doesn't make a difference where you're at. You better be excited about it, because this is a pretty special deal.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.